Virgos, how are you? Are you getting ready for your birthday? Damn, Virgo. Mars and Venus in you. Very popular. Very popular. 10 of Cups in your present. Something that probably is bringing you a lot of joy. Maybe you're reuniting with your family or encountering those people that you really love. People that you see as your soul tribe. And so before getting into the reading, because every time I started reading Virgo, I always look at the astrology. I like to combine astrology and tarot. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Okay, welcome to Kintsugi Tarot. And so I like to combine these two tools to do these readings, but I decided that for this month I would like to do the whole spread, because generally every time I have a card I take quite a lot of time with each card in each position that comes in the spread. And since I did the last reading for Gemini for July, I decided that I wanted to do in a little different way, which is waiting until the full spread is on the table. So let's see how it's gonna go for you, Virgo, and this reading for the month of August. Now, another thing I would like to add, and maybe you know this already, is that this is a general reading. So I cannot be speaking for every Virgo who is watching the video right now, okay? I know that this sounds logical, but I do feel the need to express this, and to make people understand that it's not just about one sign. And also, we are many people in this world, so it's not possible to channel with everyone or everybody who is related to Virgo energy right now. If in case the story or stories don't resonate with your own personal story, I can invite you to check other videos in my channel. Also, maybe it could be interesting, Virgo, to check your natal chart, because probably there are gonna be some elements there that might add to your own personality and in the way you wanna experience life. So now, I also think that regarding what is gonna happen this month, you're gonna be a lot into these things. I think that you are in a moment, Virgo, where you feel so mystical. And number of the cards that are gonna come out today, this is you talking about mystical. You on your 12th house. So, as I was saying, no matter the cards that might come out, I wanted and I had the need to tell you something, because this is something that I felt intuitively while channeling with your energy and with everything that is going on in the sky. And I really feel for you, Virgo, that you are in a moment where everything that you're thinking can come reality. So maybe it's a good time to use it, Virgo. What is coming in the obstacle for Virgo? It's starting good here. Obstacle for Virgo, please. Whoa. 7 of Wands. Some pushing. Some pushing here. Or you knowing that you need to defend something here. Defend your opinion. Or maybe still some people. What is coming next? Because you are so popular right now that everybody wants a piece of Virgo. The Empress. Virgo. It's like, this is Venus in your sign. This is Venus touching you with Mars, and it's like giving you this massive creative energy. Plus it's doing a very nice alignment with Pluto in your 5th house of creativity. Like, so much expansion here regarding creation. Things that you want to do and you feeling more energetic again. How is that Virgo's coming consciously in this reading? Please. How is that Virgo is coming consciously in this reading? Thinking of the past. Maybe precisely for someone there, connecting with someone from your past. Somebody that you have deep emotions, good memories, sweet candy memories. What is coming in the environment? The Fool. In your environment. You have already the 10 of Cups in the middle and you have the Fool in your environment. So something about your environment has changed drastically. Maybe you already did in the past, and maybe now is the moment where everything is being renewed. I mean, this is the time before your birthday. So it's almost, it's the time of rebirth, Virgo, for you. Hopes and fears for Virgo. What is coming as hopes and fears for Virgo? You know that this is a tricky position. And tricky it is. Some regrets, or you're scared of having some regrets. Emotional regret. Maybe about this past connection. How it's coming, this last card for Virgo, please. Last card for Virgo, please. Last card for Virgo. Ace of Swords. You wanting to speak out a truth, Virgo. Or coming to clarity about something that it might represent this new beginning, or having a rebirth in a situation that maybe in the past was dead. Now Virgo, Queen of Cups, 3 of Wands. This is almost like watching the Empress again, and the Judgment with the Queen of Pentacles. So now, give me a little instant, Virgo, to put together the whole card, the full spread, and then I'm gonna start with this reading, like dive deep. Man, I like it so much because, you cannot see this, but I'm having like this beautiful light that is coming over the cards. And this Empress, she's being illuminated here. Of course. When you have Venus in your sign, it's like you're coming to this beauty and it's almost like, your first house has a lot to do even with your physicality and also how others might perceive you, Virgo. And it's almost like you're in a moment where you want to take care of yourself. You want to beautify yourself. It's like you will be pampering yourself. And maybe if for a very long time you were not having energy, I really think that during this month is the moment when you start feeling that energy coming back to you. That's Mars, the planet of our instincts, the planet that drives our actions or energy, the one that says, okay, let's take action. It's like enforcing this house, and like how consciously or what consciously you are right now, or what you want to become, what you want to do. So let's start from the beginning here. With this beginning, the Hermit, you from the past. Maybe you're a Virgo there that comes from a very long time, or at least a short period. But when the Hermit comes, this is not a fast energy. This is an energy that takes its time. And maybe you come from a time where you knew you needed some time by yourself, and maybe this is still something that you need. We just experienced a new moon in Leo in your 12th house. And this is normal. Just before your birthday is when our 12th house gets quite activated, sometimes more than other times. But this time it does. Having a new moon in Leo and having Mercury there and having the sun. When we experience a new moon, it means that the sun and the moon are conjuncted. That's why we cannot see the moon in the sky. Suddenly the moon is hidden by the sun. And a part of having these important alignments in Leo, we also have a very important event that happens always between the end of July and the beginning of August. And for this summer was remarked by the 8th of August, as the day that Sirius has been aligned. Sirius is like the brightest star in the sky that is aligned to the sun. So this star is like, it's like a bigger sun than our own sun. And so it's almost like having this double energy of the sun that is touching all of us, and it's almost like asking us to become more expressive and to connect ourselves much more with our authentic self. And that's this period between August, end of July and August, is when we come to this confidence that Leo brings to us, which is wanting to be more expressive of ourselves, listen to ourselves much more, and not only to listen, but to also put it outside, express it so that others can see it as well. And so this is you. And so all this energy in the 12th house is almost maybe what you felt, even though you know that you're starting to attract so many opportunities here, Virgo, like so many things are coming your way. I see here relationships, creativity. It's almost like you becoming this Venus during this month and probably throughout the beginning of September, that it's gonna feel, and it's already starting to feel, amazing. Ten of Cups is one of the happiest cards in the tarot, So before getting to this, because I see that something here from the past is almost like you are rechecking. You're rechecking your connections, and maybe you have important emotions regarding someone that in your past or still now is very close to you, but maybe you feel that, I don't know what I'm feeling. I mean, because I see the Fool in this environment, maybe this is somebody that you haven't had, like, you haven't been in contact for a while. And it's almost like right now is like these memories, this nostalgia about this person, and these memories are coming back to you. And so there is something that it's really emotional to you, but in a very positive way. But that also is coming during this time of solitude. The Hermit is alone. And that's also the energy with this 12th house, Virgo. It's almost that time that, and with Mercury, man, like Mercury, like thinking, it's like you thinking while being alone about maybe these connections and these feelings of the past that maybe now they are almost like coming to another level, or it's like these memories they are having here a new place, but that no matter what happened with this, even though it might bring some melancholic, or even you might feel here some struggles, which I'm gonna get to this, okay, but I really think that whatever you are doing right now, because I really think that this is still something very present in your life right now, but that definitely you have been feeling in the past, is like going introspective, trying to connect with yourself. No, it's like more like taking that solo time, maybe going into nature, or just simply like entering in this moment where you knew that you needed to do some meditation. Maybe you started in the past or very recently to start being more interested in esoteric things, like researching, thinking on trying to understand this world that until now for you it looked very far. And now it's almost like you see that there are some things here that you might find that could be not just of interest and like giving you like these new ideas, but also they are inspiring you and like building this sense of creativity and like helping you out to become even more fertile in these projects, or like maybe even in the way you want to communicate, or in the way you want to approach maybe precisely here this connection, if that's what is happening to you right now. Now, so I see the Queen of Cups here, it came on the back of the deck. You are in a moment where you are very much connected with your emotions. I can see this here. 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups. You are coming in this reading consciously with the 6 of Cups. So it's obvious for Virgo that you're in a moment where you are deeply emotional. And maybe, and this 10 of Cups, I think that there is so much good going on here. And yeah, man, I mean, as I said in the beginning, this is a time where Virgo, you're starting to become more attractive, or you're feeling more attractive, and you're starting to want to maybe even show yourself more. Maybe you come from a period where you didn't want to show yourself, you didn't want to express yourself too much, you were more into taking care of some things that you knew you needed to process and that it was gonna take you some time. You were here trying to find as well a truth that I think you have found it, or you are finding it during this month. Now, while you are doing all this, it's almost like it feels that so many people want to be with you, and so many people is like they want to share with you, they want to party with you, they want to, it's like, I think there is also something here about your family. Maybe you have an important reconciliation with someone from your family that maybe you didn't see in a while, somebody that went away, or maybe you are, it could be, I mean, if you're very mystical or a spiritual person, maybe, and with all these 12 house, it could be that you're in a moment where your dreams are telling you, or they are showing you many things. Maybe in these dreams is where you are encountering people from the past that they are no longer with you right now. And I know this sounds cuckoo, but looking at these cards and looking at your chart right now with everything that is happening, I really think there's some messages. There you go. Some important messages are coming through your dreams. And I think that you need to pay attention to these dreams. What are they telling you? What can you hear there? It's like, what can you hear while you are sleeping? Now, I want to get to this obstacle. 7 of Wands. I mean, it's not such a heavy energy, Virgo. But I see the 7 of Wands coming in the obstacle. And then what is coming in your environment is the Fool, an adventure, someone that has a very, I'm saying one person because I really think that this might be something here regarding one important special connection in your life that it's not new. I think it's related to your past. I need to read the cards as I feel them, Virgo. So I see the 7 of Wands in the obstacle, the Fool, and the 5 of Cups. The 7 of Wands, I don't know. I mean, I'm getting the vibe here that you might feel, and excuse me, guy, you know what? I'm just gonna put this like this. You know what, Virgo? Sorry, but this happens always with your readings. I don't know why, Maybe it's my energy that while I'm doing your readings, I become more like this, like you can be, like a little bit like a control freak. You know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna say this because I do feel that there is, I mean, the 6 of Cups is what you're feeling, like what is like consciously you're feeling. Maybe you want to encounter this person, or you want to reunite with somebody that it's someone that has a lot to do with that sense of family and happiness, ultimate happiness that you would like to achieve here. Like that dream coming true, that connection that for you means like everything that you wanted. Or at least that's how you feel, Virgo, right now, The thing is, I see that this is what is coming in your environment, and the Empress is right looking at this Fool. She's very focused in this Fool, while this Fool is kind of like looking away of this reading. The Fool is much more of an immature energy. He's not very conscious. This person might be someone that it's an adventurous, someone that it's constantly in change in their life, or they jump from one thing to another, that kind of energy. someone that maybe right now, or maybe it's not somebody that has these characteristics, but maybe right now is going through this energy. So someone who is looking for freedom, someone that has in a way detached themselves from the past to go into the future, an unknown future that they want to discover. And so I see the Seven of Wands in the obstacle with these Five of Cups as a hope and like what is making you scared. Maybe you are a little bit like scared that maybe this person might have other people interest in them, or I really get this. I generally don't do these kind of readings, but I really get these vibes super strongly with these cards, Virgo. Like, it's almost the Seven of Wands is like you are scared that you will need to kind of compete for this person. You are also probably scared, or I think that that you might need to fight, or you might need to, let's say, push yourself to maybe have here an important encounter that that it has a huge impact in your life. And I see that these Five of Cups coming in your hopes is almost like, yeah, this is not someone new. I think that if this might mean a precise person in your life or relationship that now you are like kind of having these memories about, I have the feeling that this person is almost like you have some kind of regret attached to this situation. Maybe you're in a moment right now that it's almost like you want to look at the past because this is not what you're feeling, but it's like what you're hoping, which is, it's weird to have a Five of Cups as coming as a hope. It's bizarre, It's almost like you wanting to look at what emotionally didn't work out in the past, and still maybe not being yet able to look at the two cups that are still standing up, Or that would be what it will make you scared, that actually this situation would become an encounter that it will never happen again. And I see that about this precise encounter, you had an important truth or decision to take, Virgo. Ace of Swords. The truth coming to the light. We're gonna have a full moon in your 6th house. In Aqua. This is Earth energy, Aquarian energy. Or maybe Gemini as well, could it be? But this full moon in Aqua by the 22-23 of August, I mean, it's like we are in this cycle where we had a change of full moons and new moons in the same sign. This is the axis between Leo and Aquarius. And for you, this axis is touching precisely your 12 and your 6. Saturn has been in this house already for some time, and now Jupiter, since the end of July, have done a retrograde. The planet of luck and positivity is coming back to this house. So maybe you were, I'm getting out of this subject of maybe special connection that I'm seeing here. Maybe in the past you did experience some issues regarding your health. The Seven of Wands in the obstacle. It could really mean like you having problems to overcome some obstacles regarding your physical health, or even could be your mental health. Like maybe you felt that you didn't have the energy enough, or you feel almost like this, you have this feeling of defeat, like you could not move, or whenever you have to move or you wanted to move, it took you a lot of strength to move. And now when Jupiter is coming back, still is in retrograde, and you know, we are in a moment where like the major planets until the end of the year are gonna be in retrograde. So you know, it's a vibe of a lot of time of assessing, but it's a great energy, because even though it means being in retrograde, this is also what is giving us the time to think and see better what to do with these energies, what to do, what these alignments are bringing to us, and having that time to say, okay, this is the next step I want to take. Maybe this is the way I want to communicate my truth to this person. Or maybe this is the way I want to start taking care of myself more. Sixth house. Like maybe something about your health and your routines. It's almost like coming to the light with this full moon. And yeah, it's doing an opposition to your 12th. So definitely something that might be quite psychic for you. Maybe this, I mean, maybe this past karmatic energy that it was a burden for you for some time, Virgo. And you knew that this was something that you needed to work on and you needed to look at. And you know, you needed to, it's almost, I feel that maybe whatever you were trying to do here, and I think you still are working on this, and I think during this year, like this month, at least until we don't enter in your season in September, like deep in your season, I feel like you're still gonna be much more centered in this emotional maybe past of your family, maybe looking at some things here about a family member. I really get this super strongly. Something about a family member that is influencing you a lot at this moment. Maybe this is something that already happened in the past, but it's almost like right now it's coming back to you. And I think that this has a lot of even physical effects, consequences in you. You are a sign, Virgo, and you know the sixth house in your chart is Aquarius, but when you look at the rulers of each house, the sixth house is actually your house. The house of routines, health, also work, but like not just like work, but more like the house of how you like to style your life. And maybe something that you had to do for a family member that you really had to help out. Maybe somebody, maybe an elderly person, or maybe could really be a mother figure in your life, that someone older, definitely. If this is resonating with you, of course, Virgo, I really feel like maybe there is someone attached to your family, maybe a grandpa, a grandma, or a mother, but somebody that is quite powerful, has a lot of impact in your life. I think that you have a strong bond with this person, or there is something about the bond or feelings you share with your person that you are rechecking during this period. And you know, this house, I was saying, the sixth house of health. Like, you knew that maybe this past or this situation, even though you took care of it and you did great, still there was something here that you need to dive deeper in so that you could arrive to the end of the situation and, let's say, have a fresh start. With this Ace of Swords, as you're coming at the end of this reading, this is maybe something just for one person right there, but as I see the cards and looking at all these, I feel like this energy of you, of like a connection with a family member that right now is impacting you a lot, Virgo. Now, what I do feel, so this sixth house being illuminated, and this full moon in Aqua, which is still gonna be, it's like this is a very intense period, even though there is so much happiness surrounding you right now. I also get this vibe. It's like you're in a moment where you have a fresh start in your environment. I feel also maybe that in your environment, maybe you come from a period where you had done a big, almost like you kind of free yourself as well from probably past connections that were not serving you any longer, Virgo. And it's almost like because of this work, you were able, or you're starting to be able right now, to have this fresh start about this environment or connections. Maybe something regarding your work or your creativity that you started as new, and I think that this is something that can be massively like very inspiring for you. This Empress coming here is like, as I said, I mean, she's Venus, Virgo. And this is Venus, it's a planet that it's all about related, for example, arts. You wanting to do things that are material, maybe plastics, that have a huge connection with all these experiences and personal experiences and feelings that you had been exploring and that you are exploring right now. It's almost like becoming even more personal to you. Probably much more personal than it was ever before. And like truthful. Because, so another thing I want to get here, Virgo. So by the second half of this month, so Venus, Mercury that was, so imagine this. Imagine your chart right now. First, we have a new moon with the Sun and Mercury in your 12th. And then we have in your first house, Mars and Venus. And then what happens is that these planets start moving, no? Well, they are constantly moving, but then Mercury, that is the fastest planet in our system, or at least the one that we know as the fastest. You never know what we didn't find yet. And it's also one of your ruling planets, Virgo. He, from your 12th, is gonna make a fast moving first to your first house. So imagine having Venus, Mercury, and Mars together in your house. Like, you also starting to feel again that you can communicate these ideas you have, and like, it's like your expression, maybe it's not becoming verbal, but it's almost like it's becoming through physicality, on how you see yourself and how others are seeing you. It's almost like it's very powerful, this energy, Virgo. And that's where I see the power coming back to you, you becoming this Empress, and being able to attract what you want. Like, what you're thinking is like what you are thinking, what are your thoughts, is what you can manifest in reality. Even if that would be that connection that you're still thinking about. Now, so then after these planets are in this first house, then there is gonna be like this switch. You're gonna have in your second house Mercury and Venus. So second half of the month. Mars, the sun enters in your sign, more energy, Virgo, more clarity coming here, you know, like more, it's like you coming more certain about what you want and being able to get it, being able to attract it to you as well. And also like Mercury and Venus in your second. I mean, man, this is new ways of income. You know, I like second house is related to how you see wealth, how you understand wealth, what you see as valuable, and also how you want to earn these incomes. And we don't need to talk necessarily here about money, you know? We have different ways of understanding wealth as well. For some people might be something different, but you know what this concept of wealth means to you, Virgo. And Venus, like in Mercury being in this house, I think that you are getting here, and I see this, man. Like this is Mercury touching your second house by the second half of this month. Mercury giving you here a new idea. Mercury is sparking your head as a light bulb. Maybe this is something that you even didn't expect. Maybe this is something that is probably even surprising you. It's almost like expecting the unexpected. And it's about what are your talents, your skills, and how you want to put in place these talents and skills to have this growth. This growth that is not only spiritual, Virgo, is also material. Something that it can give you some great incomes. Maybe that thing, that creative thing that you always like doing, but until now, you could not see as a possibility to earn your own, incomes, to have your own stability, or maybe to earn something here that will be valuable and that will help you out to give you a greater sense of abundance in your life with this Empress. Virgo is an amazing energy what I'm seeing here with these cards. I really think that you're gonna have so much possibilities, and I only see that the only struggle that maybe right now or still right now you're experiencing is like in some moments you might feel still the tiredness, or maybe you might be a little bit scared of competition. Like maybe even that you come to this realization that this is what you want, no matter if we're talking here about the union of a relationship that, this is love for you. This is unconditional love for you. And maybe it's not one precise special relationship, but this is the people that you really want to keep in your life now, Virgo. The people that you can share and you can expand and you can create things at another level here, The Empress many times is associating to union, and I see an important union here, like you reuniting with people that you can, it's almost like, maybe, as I said, maybe these people from the past that you didn't see in such a long time. And it's almost like bringing you all these ideas, and maybe through all this connection is when you come to this clarity. But you need to allow this, because it's almost like something is telling me here that you're gonna have to be very careful with this. Because as I said, your mind right now is very powerful, Virgo. And as you could manifest all these good things, like all these emotional abundance and like love and this amazing, great idea and this creativity and this, you know, I really think that you're gonna have to be careful with how is that sometimes you talk in your head to yourself, because as you can manifest all these, if you go to the other side, you will manifest the opposite of actually what you want. So be clear here. When you have this lightning bolt, and I think that this is something that's gonna come to you, like that truth or that message maybe, or a communication, the Ace of Swords, maybe having this conversation with this person, or that receiving that message that gives you that sense of clarity, that it really will help you out to refresh yourself and see this as a real possibility, not just in your mind. Alright, Virgos, I hope you enjoy this reading. I'm gonna leave it there. And of course, if you resonated with the story and you like the way I read, I'm leaving my email below and also my social media. So I'm open for private readings, personal readings. I do them online, like live, or I can also do registration, but I prefer to do it online or in person, of course. Why not? So if you have also any questions, you can write me as well, without any doubt, Virgo. I wish you the best. Happy birthday for the oldest Virgos out there. And I'm gonna see you next month. Take care, guys. Bye bye.